sale of the Grand Lucayan Resort takes effect in a couple of hours. A big educational initiative launched in Pine Ridge. And a look back at Hurricane Irma 1 year later.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shashina Roll-Parkinson. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping the news tonight, Hutchison Lucayan Limited issuing a letter today to all staff stating that the sale of the Grand Lucayan property to the government of the Bahamas will take effect tomorrow, September 11th. Now, we have been reliably informed that officials of Hutchison Lucayan Limited held a series of meetings today with line staff and managerial employees to inform them of the change in resort ownership. A letter issued to the employees state that the property has been purchased by Lucayan Renewal Holdings Limited, which is owned by the government. According to the letter, there will be no change in the terms and conditions of their employment, noting that Lucayan Renewal Holdings Limited has agreed to continue the employment of all staff. Employees were asked to contact their union representative if they have any concerns about the process. The letter was signed by PC Co-Director. Now, our ZNS News team also spoke with the chairman of the Lucayan Renewal Holdings Limited, who says that the transfer of ownership occurs on September 21st. However, there is a change in operation, which is effective as of September 11th. He says Lucayan Renewal Holdings Limited, under a new board and his leadership, will be responsible for the operations and management of the Grand Lucayan Resort and Casino. There will be a migration of the operations of the hotel and staff from the management in control of Hutchison Lucayan Limited to the employment of Lucayan Renewal Holdings Limited. The chairman adds that this is intended to be a seamless migration whereby the terms and conditions of service continues as before without interruption, but now they just simply have a new employer. Scott says he is scheduled to travel to Freeport along with other directors on Wednesday to meet with staff in order to review critical operations and to meet with union representatives to discuss plans for the stabilization of the hotel facilities in Grand Bahama, including short-term and necessary repairs and long-range planning with specific reference to marketing and promotions of the Grand Lucayan Resort within the context of the Port Lucayan area for redevelopment and a sale to qualified investors. Now, Scott contends that their intention and hope is to share their thoughts and planning with staff on this occasion. Switching gears now, a significant educational initiative unveiled today, and it is expected to benefit the youth of Grand Bahama. The technology-based initiative is the work of a local parliamentarian who says he is fulfilling a campaign promise made to the Bahamian people. Sabrina Brown reports.
It was described as a red-letter day for the constituency of Pine Ridge and indeed Grand Bahama as the Pine Ridge Educational Center in the Kipling building was officially opened. The program will cater to young people who have not completed high school and want to obtain a diploma. Member of Parliament for Pine Ridge, Reverend Frederick McAlpine, says he just wants to give young people an opportunity to succeed in life.
The fact that we're trying to educate persons and give persons an opportunity to better their lives. I think it was the former Prime Minister said that we should do what we can to educate our people. Either we do this now or we'll pay later. So it's better for us to assist them in trying to change their lives and to better their lives.
Principal of PEC Jeffrey Jervis says the high school diploma program will be done through an online learning management system.
Our program not only allows students to earn credits to graduate, it also allows students to prepare themselves to retake the BJC and the BGC exams. The electives that are provided are designed to help students prepare themselves with career courses for the job market.
Facilitators Danae Bullard and Dolores Kelman say the program has integrated the latest technology to optimize the student learning process.
Each of our classrooms are equipped with Promethean boards. These are not your regular smart boards. These boards, they include digital interactive pens with multi-touch, which means multiple people can touch them at one time. Not only that, we have LCD screens. This board brings our student into the 21st century learning environment with interactive learning.
The creation of this school will result in better residents of Pine Ridge, better residents of Freeport, Grand Bahama, better citizens of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Some 50 students will be accommodated during each session of the program. Cassanique Oliver and Eric Bastian are among the first group.
As a single parent, I applied for many jobs. And the fact that I had the ability and knowledge to do the job didn't matter because I didn't have a diploma. This is the beginning of my accomplishment to pursue my goals I have been waiting to pursue for a very long time.
Sir, you have made it possible for many, including myself, to have a second chance at education.
Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
Well, the Ministry of Education's District Superintendent for West Grand Bahama and the Keys, Ivan Butler, and Senior Manager of Group Corporate Affairs at the Grand Bahama Port Authority, Kim Miller, applauding the efforts of Pine Ridge MP Frederick McAlpine.
Provide valuable opportunities for persons who may not have gotten their high school diploma or persons who simply want to make themselves more marketable for employment.
Within these walls, some of the brightest minds in Grand Bahama will be molded. This smart institution is an outstanding addition to the Pine Ridge constituency, one in which I'm sure each resident is proud of.
Now, McAlpine's parliamentary colleagues Vaughn Miller and Reese Chipman also sharing in this momentous occasion.
You have to have that desire, you have to have that will, and you have to have that passion that I will do better. Maybe my parents didn't graduate from high school, but I will. Maybe they did not attend college or graduate from college, but I will. That desire comes from the inside.
Today, with visionaries like McAlpine, we have an opportunity to bring back those things that we would have lost, that we would have not been able to provide for our children.
Well, today marks the peak of the 2018 Atlantic hurricane season, and the tropics are quite busy. Meteorologists are watching 3 hurricanes, including Category 4 Florence, which on its current track could threaten the eastern coast of the United States. Met officials are also monitoring Hurricanes Helene and Isaac and 2 other areas that are just developing. Now, with this in mind, the Minister of State for Grand Bahama, Senator the Honorable Kwesi Thompson, is encouraging residents to prepare now for any eventuality.
That there are about 4 storms that are coming off the coast of Africa. Thankfully, none of them are directly going to affect the Bahamas at the moment, but it is a good opportunity to encourage all of the residents of Grand Bahama to be vigilant. We want to be prayerful that no hurricanes directly impact us, but we also want to be prepared. When it comes to hurricanes, we take special attention with hurricanes. We've been through them. We know what they mean. We know the kind of effect that they can have. And so we want to pay special attention to this hurricane season. We want to pay special attention to the activities that is going on. So we want residents to be prepared.
Now, he is also admonishing residents to go through their checklists and ensure that their homes are secured.
Watch the local news, watch the international news as well to be aware of where these storms are. We want them to take precaution even now. So we want them to begin to prepare themselves, prepare their surroundings. Now is a good time to ensure that they do all that is necessary to secure their homes, do all that is necessary to prepare their houses, prepare their cupboards, to ensure that they are safe during this hurricane season.
Well, just 1 year ago, several families were displaced after a tornado ripped through portions of the city following Hurricane Irma. Tonight, we take a look back at the aftermath of Hurricane Irma on this 1 year anniversary. A year ago on this date, Grand Bahama was in a state of shock as a tornado following the passing of Hurricane Irma ripped through several homes and business establishments. Today, there has been some change as many have sought to make renovations to the damage left behind. Tammy Mitchell of the Disaster Consultative Committee recalls feeling the impact of the storm and tornadoes.
From us sitting in the Emergency Operations Center, that was the most impact we had ever felt from an actual tornado, because it passed the Harold de Gregory building as if it was a freight train. And we were literally standing alongside some of the windows in that building, and the entire building shook like it was. I've never experienced a building shaking like that in my life. So we immediately knew something was going to happen. We knew something had to have happened because the force that it passed the EOC with.
Several homes and businesses were badly damaged, but thankfully there were no lives lost. Tony Hudson Bannister of the Ministry of Works says immediately they sprung into action to assist those who needed it most.
We had about 8 persons that met that criteria and were helped, and so the government would have spent about $25,000 in issuing checks to 8 residents in the Imperial Park subdivision. We also had 2 homes in Bimini that were affected by Hurricane Irma, and so $8,000 divided into 2 persons. They were recipients of assistance.
But the damage, she says, was not just done physically, but emotionally as well.
Just being one of the persons working in the EOC, we had a lot of calls that came in with persons that were frantic. They did not understand what was happening. It was something new, the tornado effect. Persons are used to the howling winds, and then it passes, the gusts and the rain. But when they experienced that tornado, it was something new for Grand Bahamians. And so I think a lot of persons experienced some traumatic challenges with that. And so social services had their hands full with dealing with that part of it as well.
Mitchell says because of the number of storms that has hit this island in the past, she believes residents now have a newfound respect for hurricanes, and it is evident.
Just thank you to the Grand Bahama community for finally reaching out and recognizing that it is very important to be prepared, stay prepared, and always ensure that you're sharing the information that you're receiving. Don't just keep it on the shelf. Like, for example, I know I always say this to companies when I go out there. It's good to have a plan, but you have to be able to know how to activate that plan properly. And you're only going to do that effectively if you're encouraging your staff from the high end down to the low end, that everybody is aware of what to do in the event of an emergency.
Well, tonight, police needs your help in determining the whereabouts of 46-year-old Kirkland Franks of Freeport. He is 5 feet 9 inches in height with dark brown complexion, medium build, and bald head. He has been missing since August 29th. Now, if you have any information on his whereabouts, you are asked to contact the Central Detective Unit in Grand Bahama at telephone numbers 350-3107 through 12, 919-911, or you may call your nearest police station. Meantime, the man wanted by police on the charge of fraud by false pretenses is now in custody. Reports say John Doe, aka Justin Thompson, a resident of New Providence, was arrested in Exuma over the weekend. And a Freeport man is in custody after he was reportedly found in possession of a substantial amount of U.S. currency. Police tell us that DEU officers, while in patrol in the area of Polaris Drive on Friday, stopped in search of a vehicle with a male occupant and discovered a substantial amount of money totaling more than $47,000 in U.S. dollars. Police say he could not give a satisfactory account of how the money came into his possession, and now this money matter is under investigation. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Stay with us. There's more news right after this break.